Hey guys, welcome back to the main event. I'm Daniel, and yeah, tonight we're gonna go WWF for WrestleMania 12. Now, this is March 31st, 1996, at the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim, California. Not quite 19,000 people in attendance, I don't think. I think it's a little under 19,000. Anyways, the main event we're looking at. It is the 60-minute Iron Man match for the world title between the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels with Jose Lothario in his corner going up against Bret, Hitman, Hart. This match, the build-up for this, I mean, it really all centered around Shawn. Like, it was all about Shawn Michaels going into this thing. Like, Bret's side of it wasn't really a whole lot. It was all about Shawn's journey. You know, because 1 year before this, at WrestleMania 11, you know, he was a heel, and he made it to the top of the mountain, even though it wasn't quite the main event, to fight Diesel for the world title, and he lost. He lost it. So then, you know, we fast forward a little bit, he turned face, gained the Intercontinental title. However, he was attacked in a nightclub, had to forfeit the title. So then, you know, he comes back. Ends up suffering a concussion at the hand of Owen Hart, which put him down. But then he would go on to win the Royal Rumble and defend his spot against Owen Hart at the In Your House 6, I believe. So here we are, and it's going to be a Iron Man 60-minute match. First, you know, the most wins in 60 minutes wins it. So let's get into it. Now, I will say this is the first time I ever saw a match like this. I know there's been some previously in WCW. I think Rude and Steamboat had a 30-minute Iron Man match, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if there ever was one in WWF. I know pay-per-view-wise this is the first one. But I was very unfamiliar with it, but I liked the idea going into it. I want to say Piper made the match, even though Monsoon kind of took back over as president, because he was out for a little bit, and Piper was the acting president, if you will, for a little bit. So Michaels comes in here at that iconic moment of him coming down the zip line into the crowd, which they show on every highlight reel about WrestleMania since 1996. But it is a really cool moment. Like, even now I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's fucking sweet right there. How can you not love the Heartbreak Kid? I don't care about his backstage politics, all shit. Fuck that. The guy in front of the camera, love him to death. Great. So anyways, you know, he comes down and then Hart comes out, just standard. It is just kind of like, here comes Hart. Because I know he'd be like, I didn't need all that flashy stuff. Well, you didn't win the match, did you? Anyway, so, but Michaels comes down like a fucking rock star. Out comes Hart. And it has this big match feel to it. That's what I liked about it. Like, we get the referee in the ring. We got Monsoon in there. You know, both guys are looking at each other. And it's just like, this is WrestleMania. Like, this actually feels like a WrestleMania main event. We hadn't had a good WrestleMania main event in a long time. Like, I mean, one that makes you go, yeah. What, LT Bam Bam? I'm sorry, even Yokozuna Hart, like, I mean, it's a decent one, but I'm not like, eh. But this is one where I'm just like, yes, like, this is it right here. So, once again, you know, you're counting up how many wins between the two. The first fall just never happens. Like, literally, I remember the first time I saw it, and once again, I didn't see it live, but I want to say, like, I wasn't watching wrestling that much at the time. Like, my only outlet was literally watching it for at least until August of '96, I want to say, until like SummerSlam. But like that entire, like, his summer run with the title, I was watching them just VHSs, like I was renting them, and then I got caught up after that, and then in August I was back to kind of watching it regularly, or watching TV regularly, and knowing what's going on. But I remember when I watched it, I was like, wow, like, no one's winning anything at all. Like, this is insane. And then when you start, even as a kid watching it, I knew it was going to go time limit. Like, literally. If I'm being honest, the first half hour, if not 40 minutes of this, is mostly just rest holds and chain wrestling. Like, that's literally it. The occasional move here and there. I want to say early on, Shawn Michaels takes over, and then Bret Hart, it's like literally half the first 20 minutes is like Shawn Michaels, then it's Hart for the next 20 minutes, and then the last 20 minutes just kind of goes back and forth right there. the ending comes, well, I guess the first ending comes when Hart has him in the sharpshooter. But we're already down to like the last minute or so, left in the match. We haven't had a fall yet, and of course the time's running out. Will Michaels tap out, or will he make it to the minute? You don't know. It's ticking down. The crowd's chanting it, and finally time expires. It ends 0-0, and of course it was a draw. And of course Hart grabs his belt and starts walking up the ramp. But in comes Gorilla Monsoon, and he's like, "We're not going to have the match in this way. Sudden death rules," which I like for one. I think that's pretty cool. Hart's pissed, like just pissed. And that's what's crazy is like Bret Hart has always been. And even now, like when he look back at his entire career, he's always like, I'm honorable, like I have integrity. And it's just like, even though he's the face there, that is a lot of whining he's doing. Like, come on, dude, seriously? He's just like, no. He goes in, starts working over Michaels again. But however, Michaels eventually gets out, hits him with sweet chin music, and they both just collapse. And then when they both get back up to their feet, Hart goes after Michaels again, but he is hit again with sweet chin music. 1, 2, 3. Michaels wins. HBK, his childhood dream comes true. He is the new world champion. Boom. And there you have it. The end of WrestleMania 12. What do I think about this match? I like it. I'm not gonna lie, this ain't really a match I can watch a lot, just because it's an hour fucking long. Oh, over an hour long. And on top of that, it's just like I said, the first 30, 40 minutes, it's just... it's not exciting. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe the pure wrestling fans out there will really dig it. But for me personally, I'm just kind of like. And don't get me wrong. Respect the shit out of both guys, and that's a feat. 60 minutes straight. 60 minutes straight, knowing you're going to draw. I mean, that's insane. You gotta pace yourself. But once again, just watching it, just kind of like. Like I said, once you get past when you get to that 40, 45 minute mark, it really picks up, and you're just like, oh shit. I will say the first time I watched it, it was definitely more exciting, just because you didn't know. You were like, who's gonna win this? Who's gonna get the most? Who's gonna get the first fall? And you kept thinking, they kept saying, whoever scores that first fall. You gotta think, it's gonna favor them, and you kept waiting for that first fall, but it never happens. But yeah, upon rewatching it, like I said, still a solid match, still a damn good match, still a great main event. Just watch it. I think it's definitely one of those that works better for me personally on paper, because I can just be like, oh, it's a classic. I don't want to watch it, but it's a classic. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think of the 60-minute Iron Man match in the comments section down below. And guys, tune in tomorrow night. We're staying WWF for In Your House. What are we on, 7 now? Oh yeah, let's do it. So that's all I got, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.